All right, we bless God for today. Thank you so much for bringing us here live and direct into your presence. We've come to grow, to learn, inspire us, and teach us in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, emotional intelligence, part one. What is emotional intelligence? What does it really mean? What is emotional intelligence? First and foremost, to explain this term, emotional intelligence, is important to explain a particular word of great importance, which is what? Intelligence. What is intelligence? Now, why is this teaching important? Let's look at it. This teaching is important because it is the fulcrum upon any successful living. It is the foundation of successful living. Now, a story was told of a Japanese warrior. He was outnumbered. I've forgotten his name. He was greatly outnumbered to a ratio of 10:1. And he was going to be facing a fierce, well-trained soldiers too. And of course, during the time of the samurai. Now, his men were shaking and were scared. You know what he did? He must do this fight. Was it Hanzo was his name? They were going to fight. You know what the Japanese warrior did? He told his men that I will go to the temple of the god to pray. And when I'm done praying, I will toss this coin. I will toss the coin. If the coin brings head, it means we will win. If the coin brings tail, it means we will lose. And the warriors waited. His faithful warriors waited. He went into the temple, took some time and did his prayers, and came up and tossed the coin. And the coin was head. The men shouted. The men echoed. They began to shout. They were ready to go to war. And they ran into the battlefield with such a great courage, outnumbered by 10:1, and won the fight. Now, how and why? One of the soldiers came and said, "Sir, this was great. This was great. Truly, the God was with us. The gods were with us. Oh, you did this." And he now called that one aside and said, "Come, let me show you something." He brought out the coin. Actually, he said, "They took the coin I brought." He brought out the coin. He said, "This was the coin that was tossed." He said, "Yes." He flipped the coin. It was head. He flipped the other back. It was head. He brought a coin that both sides were all head. He knew his soldiers has lost the morale to fight. The only way to charge them is to connect them to a faith element. And he brought a coin that both sides were heads. So in other words, the courage they needed was to lash their courage on something that gave them results. Teaching on emotional intelligence. That's a powerful leader who knew how he would inspire his people. And now, the won that fight, was it by the skill? What the won that fight, was it by weapons? The won that fight, was it because the oppositions were weak? No. The won that fight because a part of emotional intelligence known as motivation was triggered. So teaching about emotional intelligence is so important. So what is intelligence? Intelligence simply means the way you solve a problem, the way and the speed, the how and the time with which you solve a problem. That is a measure of what we call intelligence. So if you want to check IQ of people, what do? You give them speed tests. You give them questions that are technical, and then you see how fast they can solve it. You know, I was watching a clip yesterday, and I saw some children doing what they call this STEM approach of teaching. STEM, capital STEM, capital S, capital T, capital E, capital M. Now, they will call random figures. I don't know, many of you have seen those things. They'll just tell them 35. So they're asking you just do addition all through, or addition or subtraction. Sometimes they add addition, subtraction, multiplication, and also they say 35 plus 37 plus 102 plus 902 minus 72 plus 903. That's how they'll be calling it. They'll be that fast. And these children, one of them was doing like this. As they were calling the figure like this, 35 plus 3. But just his fingers like this, shaking his finger like 35, 1, 2. And the other one bowed his head down and was doing his finger like this. This is what he was doing. when they finished the figure, they all wrote the answers. I think it was 7,000 something. Both of them got it correctly. I know to some of you right now, juju, a person go they get that thing. People are getting it. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you see things like that, when you begin to notice impact like that, you see that's what we call intelligence, levels of intelligence. Now we all have different levels of what? Intelligence. Different levels of intelligence. There are about 9, but I call it 11 forms of intelligence. That is how well you solve a problem and how fast you solve a problem. So intelligence has to do with getting it. It's not just getting it right that is intelligent. Intelligence is also added to getting it right with time, how fast you got it. So we're talking about emotional intelligence. Now there are 2 forms of intelligence that are very important, which is called intrapersonal intelligence and interpersonal intelligence. Follow me up in this teaching. I started the introduction of this teaching on radio yesterday, and I told them I was not going to run it as a series on radio, and I'm going to run it here. So you all stay with me, because at the end of this teaching, I will get your names. Those, if you miss a day, forget the certification. So those of you that attend the teachings will be certified. Now let's flow. Now, when you look at the activities of what they call interpersonal intelligence, that has to do with ability to understand people. Intra, ability to understand yourself. Intrapersonal intelligence, ability to understand yourself. Now, emotional intelligence. Let's look at the word emotions now. Emotions. What is emotions? Emotions has to do, look at the word emotion. Emotion. Are we good now? So emotions, look at that word, emotion. That means emotion has to do with movement, activities within, expressed outside. Listen. Emotions has to do with what? Activities within that is expressed outside. So emotions has to do with your physical reactions. Your physical reactions based on internal absorptions. Things has happened internally, and then you are reacting towards those things externally. Are we together now? So emotions has to do with what things, the way you react towards things. You say it's emotional. People use that word, that guy is too emotional. Now, by the usage of context of that word, it says that guy is too emotional. They're trying to say he's too soft, he cries. But realistically speaking, it's actually a wrong use of word. Because when you use the word, that guy is too emotional, meaning he's too soft, he cries too much. Contextually might be correct, but realistically by language it's not correct. Why? Emotion does not necessarily mean to be soft, doesn't necessarily mean to cry. In fact, not to cry is emotions. To be angry is emotions. Hatred is emotions. Love is emotions. Do you understand me now? To frown your face is emotion. Yeah, are you with me now? To smile is emotion. To cry is emotion. To be happy is emotion. So every form of reaction are all enclosed into emotions. So when you say he's too emotional, I mean he's crying too much, doesn't really mean that. The guy that is not crying, they say he's not showing emotions. No, he's showing it, but that's how he's expressing his own. Do you understand me now? Not to cry is also showing of emotions in a way. Now, emotions work as a result of lots of activities. Certain things happen, either externally or anything. Things happen that has triggered your hormones. Thank you. Emotions works by connections of the hormones, hormonal responses. Are you all with me? Hormonal responses, like you get triggered with your adrenaline, you get triggered with the cortisol, you get triggered with the, what do you call this, progesterone or estrogen or testosterone in terms of sexual stimulations and stuff like that. So once there is a stimulation within the hormones, and I hope you know that hormones are chemical substances. Hormones are chemical substances stored in a gland. There is a thing called gland. Glands are like bags glands are like bags, you understand me, in the body that stores what? Hormones. So when there are certain trigger, let's say something scary happened, fear, you experienced it and you saw it and it was scary, and the next thing is that the blood system, the way this thing works, if you study physiology, the blood system through heartbeat, they work so much with your heartbeat. As the heartbeat increases, the pulse increases, it hits the adrenaline, which is known as the flight hormone, and the adrenaline responds by secreting adrenaline, right? Is being secreted, and once that is secreted into the blood vessels, you see the body system reacts in something way. This thing happens in, if not in nanoseconds, if very sharp. So these are the things that happen. So emotions are connected to your hormones, and then reactions, and it's not be reacted in the social world. So what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is simply the bridge between hormonal responses with social response. The bridge between hormonal responses to social responses. So things played out, the emotions are spiked, and how you react to it is now intelligence. Remember I told you that intelligence has to do with how and when, fast, speed, how and how fast you're able to do it. That's intelligence. So emotional intelligence has to do with how your emotions, understanding how your emotions react and how fast and spontaneous your emotions react or is managed. Are you following me now? Now this is the basic major fulcrum of relationships. Now let me give a very strong example that you don't like. A man comes to his house. Now look at this story. A woman comes into her house and met a lady, saw a lady's bag, not her bag, in the sitting room, and got into the room and saw another lady in her room on her matrimonial bed with the husband. What would she do? You see that? I know you don't like the story, but this is a clear, strong example to see how emotional responses will be like. Now, woman A did this. She locked the door. Are you with me? Woman A locked the door, locked her husband and the woman inside. I say, no, people should take your time, bye-bye, and carry the key, put in her bag, and left the house. And the door is a powerful door that you cannot break, and just left the house. The windows have burglaries. Let me even tell you, as I'm saying this story now, some of you are laughing because they'll be like, I feed them, they sweet you. That the way you are reacting now is your level of emotions too. You know how you're reacting. Either this thing I'm saying that is giving you joy, lock them well, feed them well, you know, this kind of a thing. It tells you. Now, I'm not saying it's your emotional weakness per se. I'm just telling you that is telling you your reaction to right now. It's your emotional flow. Now, woman B. This what Beatrice did. Woman B came into the house and saw them. Ran straight to the kitchen. She was boiling hot water. There was hot water, and carried hot water and poured both the husband and the woman. Poured them serious hot water. That's woman B's reaction. Now, woman C's reaction, she got inside, she started shouting, she jumped on the woman and started fighting the woman and beating the woman. That's woman C. Woman C was beating the woman, tearing her clothes, screaming, shouting. Woman C's reaction. Now look at woman D. Woman D came into the house, saw them, and the lady was trying to rush. She said, stop that. It's okay. I hope you know he's my husband. And what you're doing is very wrong. Can I ask you, would you like this to be done to your husband? Would you like to do this? Would you, if you were me right now, what would you do? It's okay, but dress up. Have you eaten something? Have you had something to eat? Honey, were you able to give her food? And the husband is just staring. Is somebody listening to me now? Please carry your bag. And she carried her bag. Don't worry, bring your bag. Bring your bag. Let's go down. There is, at least there's something in the fridge. Let's get something to eat. Sit down. How are you? What is your name? And the lady is maybe shaking. What is your name? Okay, this is the drink. Don't be scared. No, you can open it yourself. Sorry, I don't think I did anything. Sorry, relax. Tell me if you're ready to go. Are you ready to go? She said yes, she wants to go. She said, all right, do you have transport? No, don't mind. She goes down. I've booked boats for you. You can go. But don't do that again. You may never escape it. You can go now. What is your name again? She said, what's your surname? You can now go. And she comes back home, goes to the room, arrange the bed, clean up the place. I said, honey, how are you? Have you eaten? She didn't talk about it. Have you eaten? Come and eat. Come and eat. She goes to bed. Say, today's work was terrible. Honey, what you did wasn't right. Anyway, today's work was terrible. Please, I'm cooking now. Come and sit down and eat. See, the people are laughing now. In you, who did it well? Nengi said the last one. A, B, C, D. Who handled the situation well? If somebody said in the comment section here, says, I no go chop. Fear no go let me eat. Somebody says, no, that woman is not okay. She has poisoned the food. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Now, I want you to understand that the same situation posed to different people, but they took it differently. Now, the essence of this teaching, well, I will leave you people to discuss this thing I just talked about. After the Forex segment, people can discuss it. X-Radio, people can discuss it. Leave me. I just give you this now. Now, the essence of teachings like this is to help you manage your emotions. That means, there is a weapon they call bomb. How do they create bomb? Bomb is created by, I think, fission. They bring a lot of deadly components and compress them into a very tight pressure, so that any little space of air that comes in, the thing would tear, explode. Do you get what I'm saying? That ability to manage pressure and dispense it gradually without destroying things, without scattering everybody, that ability in leadership. Any leader who lacks emotional intelligence will fail, because keys to emotional intelligence, there are basic foundations to emotional intelligence. Number one, self-awareness. Number two, self-actualization. Number three, empathy. Number four, motivation. These are basic pillars. Empathy. So oh my goodness, in leadership, the ability to manage yourself. Something happened on X. One account, Zoom Africa, posted something in Africa comment and the rest of them, and I replied. And when I replied, a guy, I think a white, started trolling me with insults. Do you understand me? But I was calm. The more he spoke, I can't remember the entire conversation. If he attacks me, if you say, look at you people, that's how you guys keep feeling sympathetic about it. All of you are nothing but racists. You people always feel this. You often feel it. I said, probably you misunderstand me in different dimensions and stuff like that. But in everything, love for humanity remains the best absolute thing. without segregation. The guy will still insult and say, look at you, I form I will go and check your page and I will going to drag you. I'm going to say this, blah, blah, blah. If he talks anything he replies, I'll tell him, well, I believe you will understand better. We are all growing and will understand better. He will talk and talk and talk. I will reply, I understand you, but you know that you're also being loved. And everything is really going to work out well for you. He will talk at one point. I told him, excuse me, tell me the truth. Are you really okay? I feel you are hurting. But unfortunately, you seem to be lashing it out on me. It's fine. I can take it, but talk to me. Are you really fine? What's going on with you? He will shout and start insulting me, drag another place. As he's talking different things, I'll come back to him and still mention to him again. I said, you know, everything is really going to be fine. Everything is going to be okay one day. You are also being loved. He will come again and say, you Africans are so this, that is that. I never responded to him. I'll come back to him. You are hurting, really. By the time I followed him and talked to him, he now went to my page and saw one of my posts and said, look at me, I'm faking that I went through challenges. That's how we people do. And I told him, well, if I'm faking it, but thank God at least the messages were passed to encourage people and not to beg people. After much talks, the guy later on stood up and said, I've gone through your profiles. I'm very sorry. You're a good person. Please, all I have said against you, I withdraw the statement. I'm very sorry. Please, I will delete everything I have said about you. You are different. You are amazing. You are this. I said, thank you. We're all growing. I'm learning from you too. After everything, the guy said, please, I wish the whole world would be like you. Thank you. Now, see the point. I could follow him fire for fire. Now, teachings like this helps you understand yourself, know your boundaries, understand people and how to operate with them. As a leader, the way I will follow Coach Aniebet is not the same way I will follow Coach Paul. The way I will follow Coach Paul is not the same way I will follow Pastor Precious. They are all different kinds of people. And the understanding of each of them, knowing their boundaries, knowing their strengths, knowing their weakness. Emotion teachings like this does not support your weaknesses. It identifies your weaknesses and help you work on it. You hear people say, it is my weakness. My own weakness is this. I am a shopaholic. I can't stop shopping. It's my weakness. It's my weakness. Shut up and change. My weakness is that I'm a 2 times laid back person. I'm a 2 times laid back personality. I have a 2 times laid back personality. It means before I do something, it must have been talked about 2 times before I do it. Excuse me. So teachings like this called emotional intelligence helps your leadership skill, helps you in terms of relationship, helps you in terms of marriage, helps you in terms of parenting, helps you in terms of your business and even your career path. You don't joke with it. It helps you in the place of interview to manage the situation, because let me tell you, the sign of sound emotional intelligence, let me tell you now, the proof of sound emotional intelligence and maturity. Let me even warn you, don't marry an emotionally matured man, no matter how rich and prayerful he is. And don't marry an emotionally immature woman, no matter how beautiful and loyal she looks. Because when somebody is emotionally immature, is somebody hearing me? Are you hearing me? If someone is emotionally immature, they are absolutely dangerous to keep. Can you hear me? Those of you on X, can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me thumbs up quickly. Those of you on X, can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me thumbs up. Good. Don't marry an emotionally immature person. So let me just state this now. So I'm going to close for today and give us room for discussions. I'll hand over to Coach Benedict and the team. We can discuss. I want us to discuss. You're free to discuss that matter I talked about of the woman. You should bring up that topic and discuss for the next maybe 30 minutes before Mr. Yemi will show up. But then let me say this now. One of the signs of emotional maturity is ability to understand yourself and understand people's emotion. You understand how people feel. Now, then that's maturity. You understand how people feel and know the right words to say to them. Now, a proof, that's emotional maturity. A proof of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to sense people's mood and state of mind, even when they have not said anything. You can sense it. That means you're able to detect people at a microscopic level. At a microscopic level. You just look at somebody, there's a way his face looks normal, but there's a little twist in his mouth. You can interpret it almost to 80% accuracy, how the person is feeling, and know how to handle that person. This is so powerful. You are a teacher, you are a lecturer, you are a pastor, you are preaching, you are watching your audience. You see there's a body movement. That body movement is telling you this person is not comfortable. That body movement is telling you this person is like this. You can tell each of these things. It helps you in your dealing with people. That is why people come to the point and say, I don't know how in they understand me. You can look at your wife and you can tell everything. Like my wife, there are certain postures she will sit. I know that what's going on. I ask her what's happening to you. She will smile. I say, whenever you do like this and do like this, you are thinking like this. Tell me, what is it? Because you study every gesture to the detail. So emotional intelligence is deep. Self-control is a part of emotional intelligence. Self-awareness is a part of emotional intelligence. Communication, effective communication, is a part of emotional intelligence. Psychological prowess in terms of analysis is emotional intelligence. Are we learning something? So now tomorrow, I'm going to go deep into emotional intelligence in terms of you now understanding. We're going to do a test to know your own emotional baseline. I want to see your emotional baseline. You know, we're going to do a test tomorrow too, and then we're now going to look at self-control. We're going to look at ability to read people, understand people, and the use of words, sound, and pitch communicates emotions. Do you understand me? So we are going to go deep into it tomorrow, so you don't miss tomorrow's teaching. Don't miss tomorrow's teaching. We have quite a number of persons today joining us. That's beautiful. That's good. So every one of you that is joining us, please follow up on every other person. Make sure you are the first to join the space tomorrow. Make sure you are the first to join the space tomorrow. And invite other persons to join. All right. Have you learned something this morning? Have you learned something this morning? God bless you. Do well to subscribe and share this video to more persons. God bless you.